Hi everybody, this is a 5-minute light language. The topic today is twin flames. I thought I was going to be bringing through a general message about the shifts following the 11:11 portal in our lives. Getting a lot of messages as we go forward that we've kind of stepped through a doorway which has put us at a higher platform, and our dreams and ambitions and desires that are coming from our soul are more tangible and real to us, and also much more supported by the universe to actually manifest due to the raised frequency of the planet. I've brought in this figurine that I've created, which is Angel Astara, and she's got a angel or a quartz in her hand. She's bringing through Ascension messages and twin flame messages, and today the message that was coming through her was twin flames. So just as we were coming up to the 11:11 portal, I was getting very strong visions of the divine masculine in his car driving towards the feminine, away from what's taken his focus and energy until now. And the song on the radio, the words were caminando, which in Spanish is walking, but the reference was I'm actually physically taking the action and I'm on my way. And I could really strongly feel the intention to move towards the twin flame, the ascension, the mission, having graduated from the work he's been doing prior to that, in clearing out old toxic energies and patterns in relationships. So the cards that have come through have also highlighted the connection between finances and career and love. So relationships rather than love. So, historically we're clearing out all the times where marriages were forged around survival or business success or connecting powerful families. They were very obligatory, not much choice in them in some situations. There were less, as we understand, there were less love marriages and more arrangements. So this is what's coming up at the moment, because these days there may be more love marriages, but there's still quite a lot of connection there, historic connection, ancestral connection, soul connection, that has been carrying the karma and the patterning from past lifetimes and past generations around being in marriages and relationships for reasons other than love. And we're transitioning that even further into divine love level, which is an even more massive leap above, human heart to heart love. It's soul love, it's divinely guided, it's oneness, it's co-creation. So to really be able to step into that and walk towards that, what's going to naturally come up is those things that are in the way. And what's coming up is in the way at the moment is not just all those ancestral historic things around love and around marriages, around power and money, marrying for those reasons or being in relationships for those reasons, but also just in the careers we choose in our own lives that take most of our time. So however we get our money, most of us would be spending 5 out of 7 days, most of the day, working on those things. And they may not be things we love. They may be about survival. They may be about paying the bills, keeping a roof over our head and food in our mouth. So this is very base chakra and sacral chakra stuff that we're working through as twin flames. And clearing that is going to help really the action of coming towards. And it's the masculine that's shifting through that. The masculine, all of us, but also the masculine counterpart in the connection that's really stepping away from being in relationships for whatever purpose he was in them for, that were not about divine love. And that can be also work relationships and family dynamics and things like that, and bringing it back to what's true in his soul and what he knows he's here to do. Again, in all of us, we all will be working through these issues. And stepping towards divine love, divine union, co-creation. And when we're talking about co-creation, it's not just with our divine counterpart, it's also with the universe. I'm getting a lot of symbolism about how we're connected to the bigger picture, how we're connected to all that is, how we have our divine flow within the bigger picture, and how that fits perfectly into the collective, and that, you know, all people on the earth are getting their intuitions piped down to them from the divine as to where to go, what to do, how to do it, how to be in your power, how to be in your light, how to be in your purpose. And more people are now able to connect to that knowing that's coming through and actually take those steps. And the more people that can do it, it affects the collective, and it enables then more people to be able to be brave and take those steps. So twin flames, of course, here specifically for that, for the Ascension, for bringing divine love into relationships, for shifting old relationship templates out into the higher templates, the higher divine love. So this card here, twins spend lifetimes searching for each other. Eventually destiny defines the time of awakening and an opening of the hearts occurs. Their true journey of the heart and to self commences with much inner growth awaiting them. Remember the journey and be kind to yourself. So, you know, when the twin flame activation starts, that's when you start from that activation, that heart opening, starting to clear through all of the lower patternings that are not divine love, to be able to come together on all levels. So you're always connected at the higher levels, in the higher dimensions, closer to the God self. And this is a process of clearing everything in the lower to bring that all the way down into physical reality. And the hard part about that is that because you're feeling this very strong connection, when you become activated and your heart opens and you can feel that connection, it's very tangible for you. And it may be more tangible for the feminine in the pair, the feminine energy, than it is for the masculine. It's extremely difficult working through the processes of all the places you're in separation, all the places that you're separate and not together. It's extremely hard. As each soul awakens in their own time, one of your greatest tests is allowing the other freedom to have the time and space alone on their journey to self-love and self-alignment. It's really hard to be feeling that connection and simultaneously the separation, and allowing the other person that you feel so strongly, and you may even be feeling what they're feeling, what they're doing, what they're saying, depending how tangible it is to you. You may really have that very strong telepathy and empathy and connectivity to let them just do that life and make their own choices and do it in their own time, without interfering or without feeling pain or having emotional or ego reactions to it. So from the activation from the higher down into the physical, it takes time, and that time is different for every pair, but it is worth waiting for. And that doesn't mean waiting. That means allowing. That means trusting in the process, trusting your counterpart, trusting yourself, trusting that it is taking as long as it needs to take, and trying not to hold on to that expectation that it's going to eventually be a physical world, holding each other in your hands, doing your life together, and it's going to be perfect. Because though this is your counterpart, you feel the connection, you feel it very strongly. It's a process. It's a process. It's something you're working on together at the higher levels, and often separately or apparently separately, down on the ground, not even consciously aware of what each other's doing, but always connected. There's also a lot of forgiveness. If you've been in, this person is going to trigger your deepest wounds, because they're there to help you clear out those deepest wounds, and they may be other lifetimes, they may be ancestral, and they may really do things in this life that you just cannot believe. They hurt you so much, but that opens your heart. That opens your heart so you can clear out that wounding. It can feel like re-traumatizing, but it is a clearing, a strengthening. You're being forged into gold. That doesn't mean putting up with narcissistic behavior or abuse or anything like that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that the heartbreak is a heart activation. It's clearing out. If you can work with it, and not see it as something they have done to you, but something that your soul is working through. Each soul holds the key of forgiveness, not just forgiving themselves, but also their twin. It's not a time for blame, but to experience a greater awakening of self-consciousness for both. And throughout this, I'm getting a very, very strong indication of fitting together. These cards are just so perfectly aligned and fit together. And I don't usually do that, but that came from Astara. She's channeling the information about twin flames to me about perfect fit and perfect time, and just trusting that. And she's saying, there's really been a step up into a higher level of aligning to divine timing. So the last one there is that nature can really help you connect to your soul, your spirit, and to the bigger picture, and to each other, and bringing that connection through in that space enables you to clear much more fluidly those things that you're working through and you're pushing out through your own lives and through the collective. In the stillness and beauty of nature, find your self-truth. The vibration of the sea, the endless forest, each sunrise and sunset can take you deeper into self. Feel the love of nature in every breath. Mother Nature calls you to energize, ground, and heal within her gentle embrace. Akatati takakato koko, atatati takakaka. Akatati takakato koko, otototo toko. Akatati tatati tatatati takakato koko tokoko. Akatatati takakato koko. Akatatati takakato koko tokoko. Akatati tatatati tokoko. Akatati takakaka tokoko. I'm being shown butterflies, so like the old life being transformed as the caterpillar turns into the butterfly, getting new wings, moving to the next level, you know, off the earth and into the sky. Atatati takaka toko koko toko toko koto toko koko koko atatati takakata. Akatati tatakata toko 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 to. Akatatati takaka toko ko. Akatatati tatatati takataka toko tatakakata. Akatatati takako toko ko to. Akatati takata koto koto toko tati takataka botoko. Akatati takatati takatata. Akatati takatoko, akatati takataka takatoko toko taki takapa takatoko boko, akatati takatoko toko chokoso toko potaki tapataka pitapataka boko, akatapiti pakataka botoko boko toko popo poko toko koko tatati takakaka. Akatati takataka takatoko choko takasi takapoko takataki chikaboko toko sataki pakataka toko boko. Akatatati takataka takabotoko. Akatatati takatatatati takatataka. Akatati takataka toko atatati titi. Akatatati takatakata. Akatatati takataka toko to atatata toko to. Akatatati takatakata toko ko. Akatatata tita to. So there was a very strong activation of throat, thymus or soul seat area, which is your soul's purpose, desire to fulfill your soul's purpose, heart and solar plexus. And as those, let's say, upgraded, they were activated, they were cleared, they were upgraded, they were raised in vibration. As that happened, they dropped into the midline and the spine and created like a channel, almost like a crystal core that channels energy from the divine into the physical world, physically creating what you're guided to and what you dream. Akatatako to atatata akatoko to akatatata titakaka to ta to. So there's an activation of the throat. I can feel the forgiveness coming in too, and I'm being shown, you know, this lock and key, how they fit together perfectly. In so many different ways and on so many different levels. Akato, tatatakata, and the knowing of where you fit is undeniable. And the truth of that is permeating through all the cells of your body, not just your spirit and your heart and your third eye, but through all the cells of your body. Your feet that you're walking on, atatatita takatatata to, in the words that you speak, atatatakataka to atatata atatata. It's like what is false has to drop away now. Any holding on to what's false and not real and outdated, there is no holding on anymore. It's just not possible because it can't exist at this high vibration. Okay. All right. So there was quite a lot of codes and information coming in there. So please do drink a lot of water, listen to your body, rest when you need to, give yourself time to integrate. Seeing a bath, have a lovely bath as well. Let the energies move through you and settle. And drink a lot of water. Yep, that's it. Blessings, everybody.